came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Alright guys, welcome back to Overshot, a paintball podcast. We are super happy and blessed that you guys are joining us once again. But before we get to our guests, who I'm so excited to get to talk to this time, you know what I got to talk about. It's Dyzana Sports, man. They make awesome stuff. I mean, joggers, jerseys, gloves, you name it. If you're trying to pick it like a hoodie or something, they got everything, man. Go to their website, check them out. Patty Gleason has his off-the-leash stuff there that's coming up. His pre-orders are just coming up. Seattle Thunder has all their stuff on their website. So if you go there, decide you want to pick something up, it's easy. The code is Overshot. You'll save 10% off everything in your cart. Even if you get a couple things, you'll save 10% off all of it. I highly suggest you do that. It is a fantastic way to help out the podcast. And the other company that helps us out, which you know, and I know Leo knows well, is Volcano, man. Best bags on the market, man. I love mine. I'm so happy I got it. It's been great. They have also sweet t-shirts, like all the designs are really cool. And again, if you want to pick up a bag or any of their stuff, the code is Overshot10. You'll get 10% off your order when you check out. And if you really, really, really are just like, yo, I want to really help out the podcast, like directly, Patreon.com/Overshot a Paintball Podcast. We have a couple of Patreon listeners. Again, I've gotten a ton of great feedback on the new intro, and that was all possible to our Patreon subscribers who have helped me release that music. And now that I'm done telling you about all that awesome stuff, I'm super excited to talk to Leo Royce, man, the guy that's been everywhere. Thank you for joining the show, man. We can't wait to talk to you.
Yeah, first off, I want to say I feel blessed. It's an honor for you even having to pick me to be on board here. And
stop it, dude. The pleasure's all ours, dude. The pleasure's all ours, dude. I've been so excited to talk to like a referee, period. And so, yeah, it just so happens to be that actually this is going through my head. I'm like, dude, we haven't had a referee guest, and you posted something. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to ask him. And I sent you a message. Bang.
And here we are.
Here we are, man. Here we are, dude. And we're going to get into everything, of course. And of course, thank you for the love. I really appreciate it, man. But the pleasure is all ours. Thank you for spending time out of your day to talk to us and our listeners for a little bit. It really means the world to me. But I got to ask you the age-old question, the Carl Markowski question. Dude, how did paintball even find you, dude? Like, how did you even come across this crazy sport?
Oh, man, you know what? That is like the most beautiful question. And, so how paintball came to me, it, was back in California. So we're looking at like families and friends. We're just going to the home of Mother Nature. And, just playing good old 10-man, if you will, but in the forest, in the woods. So people with camo, these guys all look like they're actually going to war. So we're looking at, I would say, year 96. I was like 6-7 years old, and I had a 1989 PMI gun, and it was just nothing but pump. So we just started playing.
Dude, you're 6 years old, dude. That's crazy. You're so young.
Yeah, I started playing at that age, and then so the timeline went on. So long story short, early 2000 came in. That's what starting the introduction of the airbags. And that's when I got on. That's when I got into speedball. So my first tournament was 05 NPPL, and then from there I crossed over into 07. That's when I started reffing. And
Yeah.
and how I got to that, it was just, I tell people one word: curiosity. Curiosity just got me. What these guys see standing from the side of the field, we have one view. So
Yeah.
what do they see? And I hear that by standing as a ref, it helps out a player with their field vision. Like, it helps out. So, I tried it once, and and it's been since. I'm still refing till today.
Yeah. So what was like when you wanted to become a ref, what did you have to do back then? Was there like, I know today there's classes and different things you could take. Was it just like they kind of threw you into the fire and you kind of figured it out as you went along?
Yeah, basically that's just how it was, because they look at it as like, I'm a player. I've been playing for such a long time, so I understood the rules. I understood everything
Right.
very well, the do's and don'ts. And so yeah, I basically was thrown into the fire, and I just did one event for NPPL, and that was just the only one, which it was 07 Huntington Beach. And then from there, I crossed over to PSP. I did a couple of those.
Nice, dude. So that's crazy. You've been playing such a long time.
Yeah. Now crossing over to the PSP, yes, there was a clinic, and I didn't want to go again to be thrown just right into the
Yeah,
fire, because it
yeah.
burns.
It does, man. That shit's hot, huh?
It's very hot, dude. So I just wanted to get things correctly, get
Yeah.
things straight, and sure enough, yeah, I did the clinic, PSP, and then yeah, I had a good amount of season runs with PSP. So
So yeah, you've
and
been refing for over a decade now. That's crazy.
yeah, and I until today I still ref. So now the only things that people had asked me, do I miss anything from the old days as for NPPL? I was like, well, one thing that we don't have today is, you walk to the event, you see the women's in bikini, and they're standing next to the energy drinks, balls and the whole 9 yards. So the pretty side of paintball, sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude, that must have been
ref
great. Think about it. How old you were? Probably, let's see if I can do some math here. What you had to be 17 at that time. So, I mean, yeah, seeing the girls in bikinis was a good time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So definitely I have my own approval, no parents' approval, no
Yeah.
parent control with password. I have to type it in to get access. Or I hadn't had to be 18 years or older to see something. So definitely good times.
Yeah, hell yeah. That shit made a man out of you. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And for sure. So my life was just on the speed rocket. So I learned that was my sex ed.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, because that's what it was back then. Paint, like, dude, those dudes were rock stars, man. That lifestyle was wild
Oh,
back then.
oh yeah, absolutely. And one thing as a referee that I did not miss from the NPPL days, or how we call it the nipple days, is it hurts. You're looking at 15 balls per second, semi
Yeah.
on cap, 7-man. The field was bigger, and it was just a lot of balls flying everywhere. So when you go run and go check somebody,
You're getting
yeah, you're not
torched.
torch
Mm.
completely. So there was a reason why the back line had a shield, okay, and then just on the first point, it was just gunk and paint, the shield just on the first point. So all
Yeah.
you hear is, today we hear do 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 do. So back in NPPL with
Yeah. Cutting the bunker in half.
oh, absolutely. So man, it was painful. And PSP, good times. Oh man, Texas, it was a huge mud fest. I lost a cleat, and Mother Nature owes me a cleat.
R.I.P. to that cleat that died on the field that day.
Yeah, so I was just standing, and I was just literally sinking in, and then I see something as I took off. Next thing you know, one of my toes has a cleat, the other one doesn't. So then when I look back to where I was standing, it was gone. It was completely gone.
Was that like the worst like weather event like of your refing like kind of career? Those Dallas
Yeah,
events, dude.
yeah. It definitely was like a mud fest. I remember seeing the Dynasty guys. They were using like little bulldozers. They were climbing on top of it just to get to one end, to point A to point B.
Yeah.
These guys were just like little bobcats. These guys were just climbing on top of that because it was such a huge mud fest. So
That's crazy. I can't even imagine trying to ref people during all that too. I can't even imagine. Dude, you're
oh yeah.
cheating. Actually, never mind. I don't even fucking care. It's too wet.
Oh man, like I see people have garbage cans not because of garbage, but people dumping guns in there because they would just break,
Yeah,
with this
short
mud
circuiting.
fest.
Yeah.
Oh, quick. And so yeah, it was, a crazy event. I think so far as of now, I'm not sure if that's the muddiest because when I went to go do NXL Europe, Amsterdam, that was a huge mud fest.
I've heard it's like the legend of that event, dude. I think I've heard like Marcelo talk about it on his podcast before, just how terrible that event was. He's trying to tell me
Oh
his
my.
forces were working or whatever. Yeah, all right, buddy. All right, Marcelo. All right, I got you. Your force is a good gun. Your shit was not working. No way.
Oh no, I kid you not. Like, it was just like, man, like I remember just I was like, man, if this keeps going, I told one of the reps, I'm not gonna be able to see my knee.
Yeah.
Like it was so just inches and inches and inches of mud. And it was crazy. So these players were just diving in, and it looks like they were just diving in straight into a pool, and it was just yeah, these guys were just splashing everywhere. It was just crazy, like a huge mud fest.
Yeah. Dude, those events are, as a player too, those events are always crazy. Like I've played in a couple and it's like while you're doing it, you're like, yeah, and then you see these pictures and stuff. But as soon as the event's over, you're like, yo, why the fuck did I do that? Like, I didn't have to play this event. This was terrible. I'm fucking soaked to the bone. I'm pretty sure I only got third place. It sucks.
so so yeah.
No, you could go. You're gonna say something. Go.
Yeah, no, yeah. So it's like people just like I hear people say, why do we even? Yeah, we pay, but there's also this thing that we volunteer to do this. So can somebody answer us? Why do we volunteer to do this? You know what I mean?
I know,
And
dude. We're such dumb dudes. It's because we want to be the best. It's because we want to say we're the best, and it doesn't
yeah,
matter. And that's what it's
yeah.
all about. Even though it's stupid and it's pouring rain, and we spent thousands of dollars to get here, and bro, there's no better feeling in the world than saying you're the best, and you got the big champion, you got the big cup with the number one on it, or the big medal with the number one on it, bro. Because that's what you want.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And add a bonus to it that you actually dealt through whatever Mother Nature threw you at that event. Rather if
Mm-hmm.
it's pure heat, cold, rain, huge mud fest, but you guys still pull through it and you guys still got first. Oh yes, I tip my hat to you. Big props.
Right, dude. I'm glad you said heat too. Heat's another big one that people don't realize. That like, dude, you got to say, shout out Transfuse or whatever. But not a sponsor yet, hopefully. But bro, you got to stay hydrated when it's hot, dude. Dudes will pass the. That's actually leading into a question I got. Yeah, like, have you ever had to deal with a situation where like a player has overheated on the field due to like heat exhaustion or anything like that, or a ref?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So actually, heat exhaustion, yes, for sure. A referee, definitely for sure. Players a couple of times, and this only happened to me once. Actually, it was the NXL Dallas. I'm not sure what year it was, and yeah, I we got off the field. We went for a break, and then yeah, so next thing you know, like I just sat down and I couldn't get up. So next thing you know, my vision just went completely black. And so EMT came and
Damn, dude,
basically
drink your water, dude. Drink some water, Leo. Jesus, man.
yeah. So and then next thing you know, they come and they tell me is that I think this was NXL Dallas 2015, I believe.
Okay.
So what it was is that they tell me that EMT says that I was drinking too much cold water and not having a balance between water and Gatorade. And they were telling me, you don't put after your is like the way he explained to me was like we are an actual vehicle. when the motor is heated, you don't put cold stuff in it. You don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he was like, so with you don't do that. So stop drinking freezing cold water because it's not good for your system. He
Nah,
tells
he's
me
right.
number one, he absolutely right. And I learned that the hard way. And then he goes, number two, for every Gatorade that you drink, you gotta drink 2 bottles of water. It puts a balance in your system, which I did not know that. Again, I learned that the hard way. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
But so you were saying this was a 2015, so like a lot more knowledge has come out now. But he's right because of the sugar. Like Gatorade's got like a lot of sugar in it, so you got to drink water to offset that. Otherwise, you're just putting pure sugar in the veins, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so as for me, that's that. And as for players, when I see them collapse, it's more that these guys are running over to help him. I get it. The pits are running over, his teams are running over to help him. So I see these guys grabbing cold, cold, cold water. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was like, whoa, whoa, wait, 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 wait. So it's like if you guys gonna literally just treat him, don't just pour freezing cold water. So if anything starts just like wetting his palm of his hand. So we're looking at areas that we steam a lot from our bodies. There's our palm of our toes, our palm of our hands, our top of our
Your
head.
head.
Yeah, so armpits are also important areas. So these are things that I told him, don't just pour the cold freezing bottle just onto him. Grab like a towel or something just moist, because pouring that instant, like 0 to 100, that freezing cold bottle of water, the body can go into a shock enough that it was is going through. So these are things that, like in the past, I've grabbed players that I told them take off their cleats, make sure his pop pack is off, rest something cold around his neck. Don't put it completely to freezing cold on top of his head. That's bad. The body can still go shocked. So it's just like keeping his armpits cold, his palm of his hand, his toes, and these are things that the body starts slowly coming back up again.
Dude, you're
So
like the next level ref, dude. This is stuff they're not teaching you at the ref clinic, dude. That's so awesome. That I kind of know this stuff from like in high school. I was a big wrestler, so like hydration's a big thing, cutting to make weight. So like I kind of know like, and everything you're saying is spot on, 100% facts, dude. The fact that you can pass it on to play, like, dude, the fact that you probably could potentially save somebody's life. I mean, think about it, if you come up with like, especially divisional player, like I would hope in the pros, a coach would notice a player's fatiguing and like, hey, dude, maybe you should sit the next point, drink, chill out for a minute. But I'm sure in divisional it's not like that. But dude, you could save somebody's life with that knowledge right there. That dude could sit there. So the fact that you're out there helping these
oh
players,
yeah,
I think it's fucking amazing, dude. You just blew me away right there. I'm so fucking impressed.
yeah, and these are just things that I found it myself that it will be useful because you never know. And I know myself as a player, I'm a front snake player. So, I've dislocated shoulders before. So, these are things that I've learned because I volunteered myself. Not somebody said, hey, Leo, you got to learn this. No, 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 no. I volunteered myself because I know one day a ref or a player is going to need me, and I got to be knowledge. I have
Yeah.
to be knowledge about this, and it leads to the same thing that from dehydration to shoulder dislocation. I know how to treat those as well. So, but these are things that I volunteered to learn because not only do I try to provide a great customer service, but in those customer service to have a little bonus, a little medic bonus in me, in my knowledge. And if it's needed to unlock a little book in my head of medic, then I'll do what I can to help. But these are things that I volunteer to learn.
Yeah, dude, I think that's so amazing because like a little bit of knowledge could really help, like especially in the hydration thing, you could really help somebody, man. Like I was saying, like maybe it's not life and death, but like it really could be in a situation of hydration. And even like it's talking about shoulder dislocation again. Funny you brought that up. I've dislocated my shoulder a couple of times too, and had to pop it back into place. Not fun, not a good time. Did not enjoy that experience. But like you could watch somebody dive into the snake and be like, oh, that dude just fucked up his shoulder. I know what that looks like, dude. That guy just fucking, and you could pick that apart, which I think is super helpful. Like, you're not out there just, whatever, clean or penalty or whatever. Like, you're really out, like, dude, you're like ref life. Like, that's what I would call you. You're full encompassing the ref life, dude. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So it's just, it's the best that I can do. I always try to do the best to provide the best service out on the field and off the field. And these are little traits that I enjoyed myself learning. So
Yeah, no, I would hope to think that, dude, I hope more refs are listening to this and pick up on these things, because I think they should be something that all referees should know. Like, be able to spot when a player is dehydrated so you can point it out to him, and be able to spot when, we're using the shoulder, or like spot when a guy dives into the Dorito and you can see he dislocates his knee. Like, because as a ref, spotting those things, this could help prevent an injury and someone getting seriously hurt. So the fact that you're going this extra mile, I think is so freaking cool. And I think that it's should be a part of the ref culture, man, because like I said, it could save somebody's life and it's going to make you a better ref at the end of the day. You're not just out here throwing reds and yellows. You have yes, you have a job to do to officiate the game, but you also have a job to do to keep the players on the field safe. And I think that you're taking the step towards that is super sweet, dude.
Right. No, absolutely. And I appreciate those comments, and this is something that I agree that a lot of referees should also take initiative and learn something about that aspect, because it's a big hand that you're giving.
Right, dude. It could be a huge help, and like I said, I like to say, because especially hydration, it could be there from life and death for some dude. Like, and we never want to see someone collapse like that in the field and lose their life because they didn't drink enough water when you could have spotted and said something. But we'll move on to a more positive note, because something we'll get back into reffing, because I still have so many questions. But I definitely want to. You've been doing so many events the last couple of weeks. We talked about a little bit off air, so we'll just give like a quick little rundown of the last couple of events for people that didn't know. One, because you got a little bit of everything. We're going to make everybody happy, regardless if you play airball or you play scenario. We're going to make everybody happy right now. So you were at Bones and Ashes about a month ago. How was that event? Roughing a scenario game is insane. I'm a big scenario player. I play them all the time. So how did you enjoy that?
Oh, dude, that was like the best, amazing movie style Call of Duty army type game that I ever wore the stripe and I witnessed. So I'm seeing these rocket launchers, I'm seeing these guys with the crazy gear, and then I see a tank. I was like, whoa. But to simply answer your question, it's like one of the best, cool, epic, out of this world experience that I had. Will I do it? Oh, absolutely. I'll do it again.
Hell yeah. No, I love big games like first of all, I love all kinds of paintball, whether it's 10-man, whether it's X-ball, whether it's scenarios, because they all like itch me in a different way. And I love scenarios because, dude, there's no better feeling like you just wasted 20 minutes out of your day to take the long way so you could get around the enemy team, and you pop up and there's like 50 of them not even paying attention to what the fuck is going on, and you just light them up. Who is that a feeling, dude? That's a feeling.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I've been right in the middle with all these teams just going at it, and it's just so many shots,
so much paint in the air.
So much pain. And just in the little of second, just so much pain. And Bones and Ashes, what that was, like 800 to 900
players.
That was players. So that was a lot. And I had a whole lot of fun. So I normally do 10-man. I normally do speedball, some 7-man, some pumps. Scenario was something that I would do again for sure.
Was that your first scenario event, like ever reffing?
Like, yes. I played a lot of scenarios. Well, scenarios what actually got me into paintball, because how I started was kind of like scenario.
Yeah.
So all these guys, like, we didn't have tanks back then. These guys had dirt bikes. So they would run around with dirt bikes shooting people. So it was kind of like a scenario. So, but this was actually yeah, like a first time reffing scenario.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. No, I love them. Like, I have a big group of friends. It's actually funny you brought that up because I just had the memory of it was like a year ago from their episode. But my friends in the Punishers, they built a paintball tank out of a Ford Ranger. That's a complete replica tank with a thing on the top that spin 360. I'll send it to you later, dude. It's super legit. Like, they're all in, dude. I'm all into. I love it.
Nice, nice. These are the things that is just wow me, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've seen from RPGs, I've seen Gatling guns, mini guns.
Uh huh. I've
You
seen all
know,
that stuff. It's so crazy.
yeah, and I seen they use go-karts, but like a shielded tank, and they draw
Yeah.
the teeth of the shark, and there's like a long barrel that looks like a 15 caliber, and it
Yeah.
uses two rotors, you know, of
Oh, and that thing's
yeah.
just pumping.
Oh yes, I was just like, I'm like, what is this? I was like, this is so awesome. Like it's just like bringing the life of a movie
Yeah.
onto a paintball community in that scenario.
Dude, that's why I think that is so popular. Like, as much as I love to complete tournaments too, like we're talking about before, like everyone loves to say they're the best. You know, you want to walk in as your team, smack everyone, and walk away with the chip. But there is a certain set, dude. These scenario games are fucking fun, man. There's something to say about just going out and having a good time, shooting a fake tank, like dressed up golf cart that's supposed to be a tank, and doing missions, dude. It's fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it gets hyped even more. Bones and Ashes, the final battle.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude. Some people
that
get like
was
hype machines, dude. They take it so real. Like, they'll give a whole rah rah speech. They'll get you fired up, man.
oh, absolutely. So, you know, you know, well, I mean, first I wanna shout out to Solstice Law.
Yeah,
You
those
know,
guys are legit, man.
yeah, these guys were the one that brought me on board to ref Bones and Ashes. So definitely shout outs to all those guys. Those guys are amazing. They do what they do, and they're known for what they're known for.
Yeah,
So definitely shout outs to them.
yeah. Because I
And
wasn't there. I don't want to. Don't hate me, Social Slav. Doesn't happen this event, but didn't someone lose a mask here and they had to dive on him? Right,
oh yes, that was it was those guys. Solstice
right.
literally
that was Bones and Ashes, though, right? Yeah, right.
I believe so, but I know
I
there
think
was
so
one
too.
event that the player crashes into like a pole and his mask flies off, and it's just like in a couple of seconds on
They were
Solstice
on
Law,
him.
these guys they just jump right onto him.
Right. I don't want to insult Bones and Ashes. It wasn't you, but I think it was Bones and Ashes. If it's not, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
not trying to insult
I
you.
didn't
I saw the
hear.
video. I don't know where it was from. I assumed it was from there.
Right, yeah, I don't think, because as I was there in Bulls and Ashes, I don't think I've heard a mask come off
Okay.
as my
Okay.
presence. So I'm pretty sure that was another event.
Event. Okay, cool. Yeah, but those guys are super legit. They're like, that's, I saw that, and I mean that's so cool. Another thing too is because I know even I've had to do this 1,000 times, bro. Roughing. Did you have to put out a smoke grenade that lit the woods on fire, or no? Was it everything cool?
Oh yeah, so you know, and about that, yeah. So this is something that I was there, doing my thing, and I was there that day, and next thing I know, people's coming to me, Leo, there's a fire, there's a fire, and so I stopped what I was doing, and me and Bryce, another referee, we just run
Sprayed.
and we just shot straight like nonstop. And next thing I know, as I'm getting closer, I see just like a couple of feet up in the air this huge flame.
Oh, so it got
So
big.
yes, it definitely sure got big. And I was like, oh my goodness. So, my mind just started moving fast. Okay, what can we do? So I see fire, I see some dead weed, that it can grow more. So
Yeah.
then all these players are coming over, and then I see a garbage can in the lake, And then one of these players come up, he tells me, "Hey, ref, what can I do? You know, I'm a fighter. You know what I mean?" I was like, "Well, to start, there's a garbage can. It may have some holes on the top, but it doesn't have holes on the bottom. So I mean, it could carry some kind of water to
Right.
it." So next thing you know, we all started forming a line, and these guys were just passing water. They were using other materials to cover it. So, but the best thing that I saw from that, as I stood back and I saw everything that these guys were working together in that line, I saw different colors of
Armband.
bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no matter the enemy, friend or foe, we everybody or the stripes, referees, we were all working together, creating that ant line and passing all what it was needed to stop the fire. To me, that was the beauty part of the paintball community. Friend or foe, or even if you were in the stripe and you dislike the referee because of a past call he made, we're still working together. Let's just save this tournament so we can continue playing and we can
Yeah.
continue wrestling. That
Let's
was
not
beautiful.
burn down the fucking field. Jesus.
Yeah.
No, because I've heard that all the time. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I'm putting out a smoke grenade that I could see is like lighting some leaves on fire. I go to put it out, and the dude's like shooting me. I'm like, dude, come on! I'm trying to save the paintball field. Can we settle this in a minute, or I'll beat you? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? And then a lot of people's like, "Hey, Leo, you coming from the speedball world? You guys don't get fired, do you?"
Yeah, right.
I'm like, no. I'm like, no, we don't.
Bro, that's
And
why I had to ask, because, like, honestly, like, at least once a scenario game, I feel like I got to put out a fire, because some dude throws a smoke grenade into like a big pile of leaves, and next you know it's going up. Like, it happens all the time. So I'm like, it wouldn't be a scenario event if you didn't have to put out a fire.
yeah, absolutely. So, I had my experience with the whole fire thing. So luckily that kicked in. And but it was crazy. It was one amazing, crazy event. And to feed off of that, that player tells me, "Hey, you guys don't get fire as people." And I'm like, "No, and we also don't get two tanks crashing into each other." Like
Yeah.
that happened right in front of me. So I'm standing there, and all these players are running because they're saying, "Oh, tank is coming, tank is coming." That's one team. Then the other team, though, the tank is coming. I'm like, "What is it?" Tank, sure enough. Um, uh, oh my goodness! Like right now, the pizza is calling. The pizza is calling me right now. So
Leo's
give me just a
popular.
second.
Everyone's trying to get him on his podcast. It's all right, dude. He's got to block off the haters right now, so we continue this convo. We'll be all right. Tom Cole is trying to sign him to a multi-year extension, but he's hitting decline, so he can be on this show. We appreciate it, Leo. But he started playing when he was 6 years old. That's so crazy. Yeah, Leo will be back with us in 1 second, guys. He's just handling. Like I said, I could see his face. If you're joining us on YouTube, you could see his face. It was blowing up. He was getting a bunch of notifications. So he's just gonna handle that real quick, and I'll be right back. Oh,
Yeah, so sorry
beautiful.
about that. And,
No, all good, dude. So yeah, we're leaning off
but
at the event. So yeah, keep going.
yeah, so this was just like to explain to you that event that happened. So it was just like these two tanks just out of nowhere, they just appear, and sure enough they come and they collide right to each other. So hold on, give me a second. And these two tanks, they're shooting at each other um from mid range, and then next thing you know, they were just like, "Oh, you know what? Fuck it." So they both said, "Charge!" And then these two tanks just running and running. I was like, "I don't. Are they going to do what I think they're going to do?" Sure enough, they collided. These two tanks, they collided. and
Fucking jousting over there. Jesus.
yeah, uh, um, they collided, and then next thing you know, all these guys they look at me, and I'm like, okay, so I assume that the tank blows up, it exploded, and all the guys like, you right, Red. I'm like, no, I'm not saying that you guys are dead. I'm assuming that the tank exploded. I don't know.
Does that
I'm
shit
like,
still work? Jesus Christ. Is everybody okay?
yeah, and then I was like, then all these players was like, no, yeah, yeah, we're dead, ref. We're dead. We're dead. We all are dead because the tank exploded. I was like, okay, I'm like, I'm new. I'm new to this tank rule thing, but I was adapting to it. I was adapting to the rule. So I was like, okay, so two tanks collided and all players are dead. So my mind was like, okay, so it did explode because because I told these players, hey guys, now that you guys crashed, because these guys literally collided,
That's
So then I
insane.
was like, okay, this is the part where the tank blows up and you guys are dead. All the player was like, yeah, Rev, we're all dead. I was like, okay, so this happened just a couple of feet in front of me, so that means I'm dead also because of the explosion. And all the player goes, yeah, Rev, you're dead too.
Dude, because scenario rules rule like that. Like, I remember I was playing one game and the other team had like an airstrike or something, and they had the refs come up to everybody in this area, and they're like, "Yo, you guys gotta leave." And I was like, "Why?" I was like, "What do I got? I got them pinned. I'm not leaving." They're like, "Nah, they called it an airstrike. All the players got to vacate the area." I was like, "Yo, this is horse shit, dude. They suck. You guys suck. You can't beat me. You suck."
There's so many things that I seen, and I've seen the blue team taking I'm sorry, the red team taking the blue team's tank and using it.
Oh yeah, dude, all that kind of stuff. And like as a
Oh,
player
dude,
too, forget about it. Like,
dude, I was like, I'm like, is happening? The blue team is hijacking I'm sorry, the red team is hijacking the blue team's tank. Where's the tank rule book? Is that even allowed? So I'm like, I don't know, but it's amazing because there's no driver inside. You know what I mean? The flag, I believe the flag was up, but there was nobody in there, so it was a live, unusable tank. So the player were like, "Hey, ref, the tank is live, but there's nobody in there, and somebody left their car keys inside of the tank, so the tank is on. So I'm going to go in and take it, okay, ref?" I'm like, I don't know, I guess,
mhm.
So sure enough, they did, and they pushed the tank backwards into the red team's territory, into the blue team's territory. Yeah, so it was like, hold on, yeah, it was the red team that grabs the blue tank. So yeah, they were pushing the blue teams. They're pushing the tank into the blue team's territory, and yeah, just having fun shooting people.
That's too funny, dude. Dude, players will do anything. Like, I found like other teams' props, and I'll take them to our side because I'm like, yo, fuck them. I don't want them to have it. I know I'm on blue team and that's a red team prop, but it's my prop now. They can't have it. Fuck them.
Yeah, so that was funny. That was amusing to see. And it was just hilarious because, they're using somebody else's prop and using it against them. That was just amazing.
Yeah, dude, too funny. So, dude, we got a bunch we got to get to. I know you had a great time in the scenario game, but we're gonna go up to your next week, which is the Tiki's 10-man. I had Elliot from the Saber Wolves on, who I know you kind of know. He told me a funny story, I think, afterwards about how his own teammate shot him and he had to pull him out because he was like, "Oh, who's gonna be your next guest?" And I told him it was gonna be you, and he's like, "Oh, dude, funny story. Someone shot me in the back and he had to pull me out."
Yeah, so that's just happened. Like I see that as he's going up, and I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Then I hear a clock. I see it. I look towards my left. I was like, oh, dude, this sucks. Sorry,
Oh,
bud. And I go up
sorry.
to him. I'm like, yo, bud, you're out. He goes, what do you mean, ref? I'm like, sorry, dude, but your bud just shot you. It's literally right on your pack, right behind you. He was like, ah.
Yeah, I love Ellie, dude. He's the best, dude. Because that's the worst, dude. When you get shot in the back by your own team. Oh, god damn, dude. Especially when the refs coming over because you're trying to play it silly. Like, you've seen all the moves from us players. Like, we get shot by, and you're like, what do you mean? What happened, ref? Huh? No, I didn't feel anything in my back. What are you talking about? I'm sure you've heard it all, man.
Oh my gosh, plenty. Plenty. I've
But
had the best one is that they get shot Cyclops and they look at me and go, Ref, where am I hit?
rub,
I'm,
right?
s-
Rub.
I'm, I'm like, wait, what do you mean where you hit? You don't see it? I'm like, no,
You don't
Ref,
see
I don't
it.
see
It's all over your face.
it. I'm like, it's right. I'm like, come on, player, you're gone, you're eliminated. Let's go. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, these are just like funny things, the things that I hear.
Yeah, dude, it's funny. It's like half the time players know, but like, bro, you know us players, dude. We're trying to get away with everything we can, man. Yeah, am I hit? Even though it's clearly hit, I'm still gonna ask you. I still want you to tell me, yeah, you're hit, you're out. It's like, oh, all right, I guess I am hit.
Oh
But
yeah, so it's I've oh man, the things that the things that I seen is like one of them was yeah, one of them was a 10-man event. A player comes running down the field, gets goggle, gets Cyclops. He dives and starts grinding his goggle right on the grass as he's crawling up to the bunker. He comes up and he tells me, "Hey, no, ref, it's bunker rub." And I just saw it for every process as
bro,
he's
I
running.
play too. I know exactly what you just did. I would have done the same thing, but come on, dude.
like I his response, I froze. I was like, did he just, you know what I mean? like, like uh, I'm a snake player and I'm not a saint either when I'm playing, you know what I mean? I tell my guys and I'll say it here, I feel something, I'm gone, I'm
Yeah,
gone. So it takes 5 seconds for that ref to react and come and check me, I'm gone, you know
yeah.
what I mean? But see,
Best advice ever is you think you're hate, just fucking run down the field, dude. Just fucking run.
so you know what so seeing this player run, gets goggled, dives, put his mats down, grind his lens on the grass to come up onto the bunker, looks at me and tells, no play, it's all rub. All that step, I saw it from the moment it hits him, it broke. So yeah, obviously I threw a gross major.
Yo, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, I'm like, you bunker up. That's the first point of the day. There's no shots on the bunker.
It's hyper piping. It's the first game. What are you talking about, dude?
I'm like, if there was a lot of paint on there, okay, you know what, you could fight for it. But it's the first point of the day. There's no shots nowhere. I mean,
Yeah. Can't blame him for trying, but yeah, you get the red, dude. You get the red.
hey, hey, good job on trying. I give you props for trying, but
Yeah.
no.
But yeah, so all in all, Tiki's is a good man. You know, you left the event. I've never been to Tiki's paintball. I heard it's a great facility, but you enjoyed everything there.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I had a great time on I had a yeah, I had a great time. I had a great time at Tiki's, and even though I damaged, I hurt my right ankle going up the hill.
Oh
Other,
dang!
yeah, just as going up the hill, just what you call it, I usually will run up on the side of the mount, not on in front of it where the players is getting to it. So on that angle, it was a new one on me as I
Mhm.
run up there. So my feet sank, and as it was sliding towards one side, while my upper body goes the other way. And yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
ouch!
so my ankle went there as I was going up the hill. So I collapsed on top of the mount. My whole team, my whole ref crew was just ha 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 because they thought I got shot in the nuts. And uh, that was not the case. Thank goodness that was not the case. And
Yeah, you're like, yo, I almost blew out my fucking ankle, dude. Thanks.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? I was like, I mean, instead of thinking of me, oh my gosh, are you okay? No, it's more like, haha, Leo got shot in the nuts.
Thanks, dudes.
That was that was these guys' response towards me. But yeah, Tiki's, shout outs to Vega, and the owner there, and Tiki's, such a great facility, great place. These guys put their back and work into it. I know because I've been there since day one, and it's turned out to be a gorgeous facility, from the parking, from the actual locations, towards the field. These guys are still growing. From the first time at Tiki's that I went there to the second time, I noticed there's an additional two speedball field. So I've noticed
Nice.
that, yeah, these guys are actually growing. So I had a wonderful time, at Tiki's Paintball 10 man, and I like 10 man, and I had ref Rico's event, which was the Florida 10 man. I was the head ref,
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
yeah, so 10 man is it's an event where people has fun, whether you're high or you're drunk, but somehow you have you have the beautiful talent to be completely wasted and still shoot straight. That's amazing.
Dude, these old guys are so good. I don't know how they do it. They're crushing beers the night before and laser accurate the next day. I don't know how they're doing it.
I don't know. It's I have seen, like, I've went to an event, not that I refed, okay? I wasn't refing this event, but I went to one event that I've seen people as they get in a position to go to, how we position ourselves to go to the snake. Like these, I'm assuming this guy was drunk. So as he gets into a position, I see that he's waddling, and then when the point starts, he face plants right into the ground. He didn't. He just. I seen it. I seen it. It's just like he tried to make that one step, but he just face plants right into the ground. And I
So
was like,
close to the
well,
home. So
I'm
close to the home.
I'm like, so close. He's good. He's good.
Dude,
He's so close. So
that's what 10
close, yet
minutes for
so
some of these
far.
guys, dude. Like, dude, some people are out there just to get drunk or whatever, but like, hey, be careful, man. You got some kids like me, like I play in the ground zero camp, so I don't play on the A squad with Will and all his guys. I play on the B squad, but like, bro, we took second at the one ICPL. Like, yeah, we go there to have a good time, bro, but we're trying to win these fucking events, dude, hands down.
Oh, absolutely. And shout outs to Will. That's my boy.
Oh, I love Will Rocks, dude. He's the best, dude. He is
Oh
the
man,
best.
I love his pose. It has me going.
Oh, he's the internet god. He is the internet god, dude. I mean, his shit's so funny. But like, even besides that, like as a person, dude, like I got to know Will for a little bit now, a couple of years, dude. He's just like a real genuine dude and very loyal. Like if you're with him and you don't cross him, dude, Will will go to the ends and back and give you the shirt off his back to you. So much respect for Will, dude. He still upstanding. We talk all the time. Like I love Will to death, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's a guru on the internet. You know what I mean? He's a killer at that, and he's a great person. And I speak of this off the field, and he's an amazing player on the field.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. But something this is what actually I'm excited to talk to you about because I know you're kind of proud of this. We were talking about this before. Is we're going to talk about the Lone Star now. You were able to head ref the last day and get into that. But in general, how was the event? I know they're at that new facility that Bear has. So tell us a little bit about the facility. Talk a little about the event, and then go into what it was like to head ref. I know it was something you were kind of looking forward to, and I mean, I think it's hella sweet. So tell us a little bit about that whole event entirely.
Cool, absolutely. So, yeah, so Gino and Bear, these guys, I spoke to them towards the end of the event, and I told them, what a beautiful, wonderful event that you guys have. Everything is just so easy. From the parking lot towards field one, towards field two, towards field three, towards the vendors, everything was A, B, and C that quick. Like I said, it not A, then B, no, A, B, and C. Everything was just there. Everything was well maintain from the parking to like walking towards the field. I know Gino, he explained to me that they have a system that even if it's rain, no flood. They have a system that it drains all the water, that it prevents from flooding, it prevents from having heavy mud. So it's a clear ground where we won't, we just won't have any issues. So,
Yeah.
so first thing is first most, shout outs to Bear, shout outs to Gino, and these guys at those fields was just beautiful. And then to see the turf, all the fields were turf. It was brand new. It was nice and
It looked
beautiful. Like,
nice. It looked very nice.
very, very nice. So even though I had the stripes, I wanted to play.
I'm sure that's something you have to fight all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I started into paintball as a player, not as a referee. So my instinct still kicks in. It's like, oh my gosh, the bunkers are nice and new. The
Yeah.
field it hasn't been broken. It needs to be broken in. So
Yeah.
it was a beautiful, and I want to say shout outs to all the men and women that put their back into it to create such a phenomenal field at the Giant Sports. And it was really beautiful. All the vendor that was out there, it was easy access not only to us refs, but it was easy access to the players. So literally, it's just a field overall. It's a 10-star. It's something that I highly recommend for leagues to look into, to partake in there, players to constantly go out and visit, the whole paintball community. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful field. I would love to go back there again. And Gino told me before I left, he's like, hey, come back here and do a clinic, so. And I was like, cool, I'll hold you onto that because I had a great time.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. Let me write the recorder on my phone. Say that again. uh, but like we were talking before, you were the head ref for Sunday. So like, what did that mean to you that he was able to choose to be the head ref, and how is that different from your normal like reffing duties?
Okay, and literally, so throughout the years, since from '07 to now, so to tackle your question directly, the difference between regular and head reffing. Well, literally, the difference is it's just that as regular ref, we do have responsibility. So responsibility as from like customer service, as towards the players and maintaining the field, and so these are little short and simple to keep it brief of customer service. There's more to that, but just to
Mhm.
keep it simple,
Right.
yeah. So there's just that. But when the head reffing, you have that as well, but you also have a whole crew looking at you. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
have your whole crew. You're the leader at this. Not only you have that, but you also have your bosses on top of you looking at you. If your guys made a mistake, everything is coming down on you as a head ref.
Yeah.
So these are things that if players and coaches don't like what call was made, it's coming down to you. So this is something that I try to keep, everything at balance, as like, my guys telling my guys, okay, this is how we're gonna run the field. Any other mistakes, and say, hey guys, if you guys make a mistake, don't talk to the players. You guys are not allowed to talk to the players. Tell them to come talk to me. I'll give them my shoulder. They can cry, they can yell, they can do the whole thing. No,
I got
and
plenty of tissues.
I have plenty of those. And then after everything it's like I play the man in a relationship.
Yeah.
So my girl is venting on me. Da 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 da. Da.
Yeah.
Once it's all said and done, it's like, okay, you know what, honey, this is what it is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So and
That's
that's this
such
little
a funny way to put it.
yeah, this
Oh,
little
what did
fun.
my ref do? Oh my god, he made that call. Don't worry, I'll go talk to him. And meanwhile, you're just like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, so this is something that I hear their story, and I was like, okay, you know what? If I saw it, I told them, okay, you know what? This is what this is what I saw, and just like I told my guys, you guys are gonna throw a penalty. You gotta let me know because these guys are gonna come over and be like, hey, I saw two of my guys come off. What the fuck happened, Rev? What the fuck happened? Well,
Right.
hey, well, good morning. How you doing today? It's a
Yeah.
beautiful morning, great day playing paintball and as you know,
You're so funny, dude.
that's just me. They come out swinging their arms up in the air, hey, as they're walking towards me, and I was like, okay, this is beautiful. Okay, well, first off, hey, good morning. How you doing today? My name is Leo. Nice to meet you. I am your head ref, and a great day paintball, great field, right? It's like, yeah, okay, ref. I'm sorry, but I saw two of my guys come up. Well, and then I explained to them, well, there was a minor assessed,
Yeah.
because yeah. So, and I explained to them the 1 2 3. It's okay. So my player did that. That's a minor. I go, sure enough, all day it is. It's like, okay, so okay, now I understand. It's just that from my point of view, I didn't see any flags, and I see two of my guys coming off. So I freaked out, and I was like, "It's normal. It's your job. You are a coach. If you're not freaking out, then what are you doing?"
Yeah, right.
You know what
Two
I
of your
mean?
players
So,
walking off the field and you don't know why. You should be freaking out.
no, yeah, absolutely. It's a normal thing for them to do that, but it's a normal thing for us head ref to let them know, to knowledge them in on why it was a minor, to make them under. So my goal is when such things happens like that, not only do I explain to them the scene, what actually happened, and then to break into detail the rules. Why was that a minor?
Yeah,
So
the why I think is super important too. Like
yeah,
that helps to calm the person down when they find out like why it happened.
absolutely. So when they told me, yeah, but Rev, this and this, I was like, right, you're absolutely right. But then this and this, and then they go, and then they start laughing. Oh,
Right?
okay, okay, I get it. And I told them, I was like, so yeah, but Rev, he da 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 da, and I was like, how would you like if you shoot that guy, you get shot, he's still rolling his gun and he has a hit on his pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, dude, that's a penalty. And I was like, well, this player off the break gets shots on the pack, gets to his bunker, bring his guns up, and starts rolling his gun. He's playing on. So my ref threw a
Yep.
minor because of that. He was like, oh, okay. So I only just don't tell them, okay, this is what happened and this is the minor. No, I explain to them nice and detail, like A, B, and C, so they can clearly see the simple color on why it was a minor, why it was a major or gross, etc. So these are things um, that I like to do when I head ref. And for the Lone Star, I was head refing for D5. So I had a lot of vets on my field. So you know what? I grabbed the guys and I told them, say, hey, you know what? We just gotta learn how to bend the rules. This is not something to be heavy on penalties, but this is something that be be normal enough they get to learn from it, but not to be like, oh, give them every warning that they do something wrong. No, no, no. These guys, they learn, and that's why we had a captain's meeting. I explained to them these are the don'ts. Usually we start with the do's then the don'ts, but I started with the don'ts just to get it clear.
Right?
You know, yeah. So these are little things that, for an example, I tell the captains meetings, hey, you guys see it on the pro field? Cool. This is not the pro field. So no, no.
You're not
So
in Kansas anymore, so forget what you've seen.
definitely, you scored a point. Don't go up to the enemy's team and to the pit and start a hopper dump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is not the pro field. This is something that I'm not going to allow because it can literally cause problems. It can literally cause fight. The pro field is because these guys, they've been playing with each other for years and years and years and years and years. and then off the field, these guys are get together. These guys are good friends, so never a fist will be thrown.
Right.
Unlike the D5, these guys are strangers to amongst another. So the
Dude, you're
chances of
100% correct. 100% right.
yeah, so these guys don't know each other. A little thing like going up to the pit, oh, what's up now? Start a hopper dump right there.
Bro, you
It
do that in my pit, I will fucking punch you in the face, dude.
see,
100%. 100%. I don't give a fuck.
see, so that's why these are strangers, and strangers, and strangers don't do that to literally to among another. So that's why I tell these guys, please, what you guys see on the pro field, yes, it's paintball, but don't do it here, because
Yeah.
these guys understand, these guys known each other for years and years and years and years. So that respect, like these guys knows each other, family, for Christ's sake.
Right.
Now, so team A, do you guys know team B? No, we don't. We're from Michigan. Those guys are from Alabama. We've never. So exactly. So you're going up to the pits, and to dump your hopper can actually flare one of those players coming out to the field and swinging, or off the field.
Like me.
So,
Like me. 100%, dude. I'm being honest.
so that's why the reason I explained the rules. When it's D5, these guys are learning, is some of these guys are their
Right.
first NXL. So it's just like, how it's our goal is to provide the best customer service, that we allow them to play, but not heavy on it, that we're not allowing them to play. So, and this is
Right.
yeah, so this is D5, and one of them that like I said, like I just spoke about, which was huge and big, is that I told them, hey, no flexing, you know what I mean? No hopper dump, no anything like that. It's we
You
keep
gotta
it
nip that in the bud. Don't even let it start. Because, like you said, the next thing you know, dudes are fucking fist fighting. And it may not even happen on the field, even in the parking lot. Like, dude. Yeah.
right. So I look at it, I foresee, I like see the future of it. I'm like, if these guys are going to do this, they may not cause it on the field or off the field, but definitely for sure it's going to end up in the parking lot. So if a fight occur at a parking lot, I look at it, all that could have been avoided, how the head ref managed the field. Keep it, how I like to say it, keep it PG,
Yeah.
keep it PG when playing. That can avoid many things, even out of my vision. Anything that happens far that I don't see, nothing will happen, because not only did we just provide customer service, but the player also provided good services to among another. So sportsmanship.
Yeah.
So I told my reps, we provide customer service, we give them the rule, we lay it down, they're going to provide sportsmanship. So if they see that we're on top of this, they won't do anything, bad. But it was great. We got a lot of positive feedback. And there was barely none negative feedback to how my rest was performing, to my performances. And in fact, that's actually was my first event ever head reffing for NXL.
Tom Cole, give this man a raise. Dude, I fucking think more refs should be like you, dude. Like, the way you're trying to, like, squash conflicts before they even start, especially in the division of field, because, like, we're literally just talking about it for, like, 20 minutes. But, like, yeah, dude, like, squashing those fights before they happen is huge, man. Huge. Because, like I said, divisional players don't know each other, dude. And if if I'm from New York and some dude from Michigan is trying to loader dump on me after I just spent like $5,000 to get here, after entry and hotel and the rent a car and the plane ticket, and this guy's loader dumping on me after we just lost 3 games, I'm punching that kid in the fucking face, dude. Like, I'm already pissed. I'm already pissed and poor now. So, like, that's what I'm saying. You got to squash that before it even happens. Like,
Yeah.
and once time goes by, like, yeah, I'll cool down. Like, right by the time we're loading our gear to the cars, I'm probably not even pissed anymore. I'm more pissed about my own play. But, dude, this is 2 seconds after the point, dude. It's too fresh. I am very tight.
Oh no, absolutely. So this is something that not only also as a head ref, I read the energy. So if I see that team A has a bad blood going on with team B, so this is something that I gotta gather up my zebras and
Yeah.
set their mind tone and say, hey, you know what? Let's kick up the customer service. Let's change the vibe because these guys at any moment, not it could happen in our field. We gotta learn how to change their moods. So I
Yeah.
talk to my pit bosses, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, you know what I mean? So this is something that I read off. I feed off their energy and the way their mannerism, the characteristics responding to the other's team. That's when I know there's bad blood being built up. So I need to get in there by using my customer service, our customer service, to catch that, squash it, and let's just play good paintball. Let's just have a good paintball at the end of the day. Win or lose, hey, let's go shake each other hands, hugs, and all of that. I need to make sure I catch that before it flares even more where fists are throwing. And so far as of today that I've head rep besides NXL, other leagues, zero fights on my account, on my resume as
Ref
a
somewhere
head
10
rep.
man. Don't worry, ref somewhere 10 man. We'll bump those numbers up.
No.
People always be fighting in 10 man.
Oh, absolutely. And ICPL, you know what I mean? I had one that the game ended and these guys shot, each other. No, no, I shot you, this and this. So these guys were now getting close, chest to chest. So I got in right in the middle. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And then I was like, no guys, stop. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that things, I explained to us, like, look, it doesn't matter who shot who first. You want to know why it doesn't matter? So they both looked at me. I was like, because when that impact happened, 10 seconds, like 5 seconds, I'll just to be exact, 5 seconds, um, uh, 5 seconds before that happened, the game was already done. So your shot on him and your shot on him, it's invalid because the game is done.
The
So
game's
it's just
over.
this game's over, guys. They was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. I'm like, dude, like 5, 10 seconds ago, the game was over. You guys continue playing. They was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. They apologize to each other. They apologize to me.
And that's
So,
why 10 man is beautiful, man. That's why 10 man is beautiful.
oh, absolutely. But I had a wonderful time head refing at the NXL. I had a great solid crew, nothing but positive feedback. I heard it from Jason. He was telling me, hey, we got a lot of positive feedback from teams and players. And then to top this off, the winning team will always say thank you. The winning team will always
Right.
be happy. But but
Winning's
this
pretty
was
good. Winning is pretty good. It
Oh
feels
yeah,
nice.
absolutely. Everything is nice. You're happy. Then
Yeah. And I'm
you
sure the
ain't
winning team always loves you. They always love you.
right. Always. So, but we had the bottom losing C team to come back on the field and tell us, thank you guys for an amazing refing. They looked at me and they go, Leo, thank you so much. You ran a tight crew and you ran it phenomenal. We didn't win as we wanted to, but thank you so much. When you had the losing team coming up and telling all you guys, thank you, that means a lot.
Hey, and other divisional teams, take note. Hey, you want to get calls to go in your way? Be nice to the refs. It's pretty simple, man. Jesus.
Absolutely. And I don't think I have heard a losing team coming back on and telling us, hey, thank you guys for an amazing refing. We get that from the winning team, but not from the losing team,
Yeah.
you know. And that's what we got at the Lone Star.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, and the last thing I want to talk about, thank you for being so gracious. We've been talking for a hot minute now. I really want to thank you for taking so much time with me. Is now we're up to the last weekend, dude. WCPPL, too many letters. That is a fantastic event. We've had many guys on here talk about it before. So, how did it go? How was this event this last weekend? And tell us a little bit about it, man.
Cool. Well, I mean, definitely happened here, in California. I'm in California, and the event went really, really great. It was the first time that I ever seen an event run two different locations. So two fields on ambush and one in combat. I ref both. I did one day in ambush, the other day I did combat. And so start off with ambush, beautiful
Wow. So was
field.
that two? He had like two tour, like it was almost like two different tournaments going on at the same time, even though I guess it was technically one.
Yeah, so same tournament, same WCPPL, but two different locations. So one day was ambush running two field, and then the second day was combat.
That's wild. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, keep going.
and
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify because even I was a little confused for a sec.
okay, no, it's fine. So yeah, so the first day it was ambush, and I'll go little by little. So so the first day was ambush, and again, it's my second time, I believe, or third time going at WCPPL. Beautiful location. Me and Robert Welch, we did set up. And one thing that I love going there is the altitude. We're up so high. We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the mountain view, beautiful, beautiful scenery, the wind, the atmosphere, great. So I believe his name is Glenn, the owner of the field, and definitely shout outs to him for having such a wonderful field. And so the event went great, and I can tell you, it's the WCPPL, definitely is not an easy league because you're looking at running 20 plus sets,
Yeah.
you know, and other leagues don't have that. So just a couple of more, you have like the pro field, and these guys have like what 24 sets or whatnot.
Yeah.
So like and I mean the fields were beautiful. Both fields were great, solid crew, a lot of veterans refereeing there. Definitely shout outs to Mike Hinman and his family that partaked in the whole registrations. Those girls, they did phenomenal. Um, uh, Mike's wife, she did a phenomenal design on the banner. It was amazing, and they did great. Jerry Van Cleve. Yeah, and yeah, I always get mixed up with the name. Also, doing great at what he does, and that event ran smooth. And there's also Job, which is the managers of the referee. Then he
Mhm.
does what he does best, and also another great amazing staff doing what he does. And then the vendors, these guys, they were just there again, easy access to the field. Raze energy. I'm an ambassador there. And
Hell yeah.
yeah, so I saw those guys there. So field went great. On and off the field, the whole system went great. We all moved together as a family. And as for second day, we're at combat. Again, beautiful location. And beautiful, nice turf, brand new HK bunkers. It was nice and bright and blue. It was too crispy.
Nice. Yeah. Bye, HK. Woo woo.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so again, yeah, we pulled there like 21 sets, I believe. And
Dang.
yeah, and this is something that even the vets were falling onto the ground of tiredness. So the referee were mixed with vets, as what I like to call them, pro vets, which they do NXL, they travel, local WCPPL vets that they've been doing WC for a long time. And
Mhm.
then we also had the semi-pro aftermath, who they were in there. Um, Refing as well, which also shout outs to that aftermath team. They did also a wonderful job uh wearing the stripes. So they did amazing. And these guys were actually working. These guys were seeing the shots. They were calling it, squeegeing the bunkers, raking it, you know, and
They're
and
putting in that
sometimes
work. Nice.
oh, definitely. Aftermath, they were putting in that work. And sometimes players don't do that. They're just there to,
Mhm.
grab the money, cover their entry fee for the next event. These guys were actually putting in work. And so shout outs to Aftermath for being there and hanging in there.
Yeah.
So so even for us, pro vets, we were feeling it. My head ref, he was just like sitting on the cooler down to the ground. And right now we're at like 19 sets already done, and we got a couple of more to go. So at that point, there was moments, so the Dorito, we were on the Dorito side. So all the Dorito side, it was myself, there was like four of us. We all were NXL vets. So
Mhm.
when our head ref would drop, we will all partake and do a little bit of head refing. So this is something that we were doing. I was going around the field, just sharing some positive vibe. I was trying to do
Yeah.
my best to keep the men and women, because when I say men and women, because we did had a female. Her name is Alicia Garcia. She's like one of the most well-known female referees, and they know her as like the queen of backline. And yeah, because a lot of events they have her doing backline, and she just knows where to stand and not get torn up. So and so yeah, we had her there. We had Matt Soma, and so these are
Mhm.
Robert Welch, which is the head ref. Those three people are an NXL vet. So yeah, this is something that I was running around trying to share some positive vibe, keep people on their toes, because not everybody is used to 20 plus sets. You know what I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mean? So, and if you have a previous injury, that's going to kick in. Toes is killing you, and so the long days, but we pulled through. We pulled
Hell
through.
yeah.
Everybody was happy. Captains, coach, players, um, everybody was happy, and beautiful. Again, beautiful field at combat, and it was the first time that I was ever there at combat. So gorgeous place. And then third day we go back to ambush, and so yeah. Overall, it was a great event. Not easy in the sense of, if it's your first time refing and if you wanna ref. Uh, just make sure you know what to drink. Just make sure you're well in shape, because these are long sets. These are not 15 sets, 18 sets. You're looking at 20 plus sets. And
A long day, dude. That's a long day of work.
yeah, but beautiful. But I had a great time at WCPPL.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. And thank you for being so gracious with your time. I really do appreciate it. But I do have one more thing that you actually slipped out. So I got to ask you about is your ambassador for the Rise energy drink you said before, which I did not know. So how did that opportunity come up, man?
Oh yeah, well, and that actually came up to me is because I was living in Florida, and rock star, like, a lot of people knows me as, I'm always taking pictures of me as I'm drinking the rock star, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
always, and then Rockstar actually knows that, and in fact, I know people that works in Rockstar. So the next thing you know, somebody comes up to me and say, "Hey, have you ever heard about Raze?"
Mhm.
And the energy drink. I'm like, actually, no, I haven't. It was like, well, they're local in Florida. They're a new company. They're growing. So this is something, I'll get you connected. And that speech got me connected to the big people in Raze. And, so I'm an ambassador, and I have like a little sponsorship deal, with them. So,
Dude,
and
that's sick.
yeah, yeah. So these are the things that, as I travel, and I take pictures. What I used to do was Rockstar, and yeah, just taking pictures with that. So that's how the opportunity came up, and it was amazing. It was rad how I saw these guys at WC. So, and I see these guys, they want to grow and partake in the paintball world. So that is something that I'm trying to arrange these guys, to get these guys inside of big paintball events, not just speedball, which is NXL, other leagues, but also scenario as well. So I'm trying to help these guys to get in there. and their drink is actually healthy. It has a lot of things that other energy drink has that we're not supposed to endure into our bodies.
Yeah.
They don't have it, but they provide like good electrolytes. They provide aminos. They provide things that our body throws out. Rather, you're walking around doing cleanup crew, you're refing, you're playing, and this is something that I felt that when they gave me the energy drink at WC, I drank it, and not a whole thing, just little by little. I just want to see how my body reacts to it because my body's used to Rockstar, and sure enough, I felt like it didn't crash me. I felt like it was giving me energy, but it was giving me the healthy energy, like what my body that was throwing out, what I was missing, and it was replacing it. So, but yeah, that's how I came about, and that's how the energy drink did to me. And definitely shout outs to Raze Energy.
Dude, hell yeah, for sure, dude. So yeah, if you want to get some Raze energy drink, dude, I'm gonna have all Leo's stuff in the description. So definitely go hit him up and get some of this sweet stuff in your life, man. Dude, that's awesome that you're a part of their company like that. That's so sick.
Yeah, absolutely. Great team, great guys. Shout outs to all the men and women at Raze. Shout outs to Erickson, photographer for Raze. Great people.
Dude, awesome, dude. And thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for all our listeners who have made it this far. This was a long one. I love this conversation. But again, I got to remind you to please subscribe, rate, and review to all the content, however you consume it, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, however you're watching this. Please make sure you hit that sub button, you drop a like on this thing, and if you do feel so inclined, leave a review. It helps us get up there on the iTunes frequently played podcast, and same with Spotify. So if you leave a review, we would really appreciate it. Guys, Leo Royce again joining us on the show. Dude, thank you for joining us, man. I think I have to have you back. There's some more I want to talk to you about, but I think this is definitely a good show, man.
Oh, absolutely. And I know there's more to talk about. Heck, there's still more things I want to say, but that could be left for episode 2.
Yeah, man, definitely more to be said, dude. So again, thank you guys all for joining us. We'll catch you all on the next one. Take it easy, guys.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.